Hello conductors. Welcome to this video review of dynamics gestures. Things we've already talked about in class, but if you conduct along with me, this will serve as a nice review and maybe help clarify a few left hand and right hand gestures and give you a few more options for how to be loud and soft. We're going to start batons down, just using our left hands, and we'll be moving along with a metronome set to 80 beats a minute. So with your right hand just by your side, we'll do a gentle crescendo and decrescendo gesture with our left hand. 8 counts up, 8 counts down. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Gentle turn at the top. Now once again, starting here at the bottom of your torso, going up above your eyebrows, a gentle turn, and then back down. So with me, 2, ready, and 1. Two, again, and 1. Good. This time, let's add a bit of cross-body motion. So I'm going to start with my left hand a bit further to my right. So instead of just going straight up and down, there's also some right to left, more like a diagonal motion. Let's try that in 8 counts. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that again. 1. And again, my arm's not fully extended, but it is outstretched. And from the side, so you can see that the arm actually extends away from the body. It breaks where the plane of conducting will be, and comes back. With me, 2, ready, and 1. One. Nice. Now let's do those in 4 counts each. Here's a straight up and down. 4 up, 4 down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the diagonal gesture in 4 counts. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. You'll notice that my torso is not moving a lot with these gestures. I'm not leaning in and leaning back. If you find yourself wanting to do that, which is really natural, just lean against a wall. I don't have a wall here, but you lean against a wall and even keep your head back against the wall and try to do these with a metronome, and it'll keep your shoulders from working too hard. It'll isolate your arm motion. Now let's add the baton and try to do these while keeping our pattern going. Conducting in 4/4, still with the metronome. Let's do 2 bars for nothing, and then 8 counts up, 8 counts down. And 1, 5, 6, 7, crescendo. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's do the same thing with the diagonal motion. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, even as my left hand draws from far to near, my posture stays up, not drawing in like this. It's tempting to, when you are conducting people playing softly, to want to draw up like this, but then it doesn't suggest really great breath for those players. So we want to keep this nice and open. And even as you get small, your posture is nice. You can conduct very small while keeping a good posture. You can conduct very large without moving too much, if you practice. Okay, now let's stop the metronome. Let's try conducting at different dynamic levels, just pattern. So we're not going to do the big to small gestures. Just using our pattern, we can show different dynamics. So let's begin at mezzo forte and do 1 bar of mezzo forte and then slowly move down to piano over 2 measures. So 1 bar of mezzo forte, decrescendo 2 bars, just with our pattern size. Right hands only. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly let each beat get smaller, rebounds get lower, and then we're at piano. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now let's begin to grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And now we're at mezzo forte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and piano. 2, 3, and slowly growing larger. It's not getting more accent to the style as it's changing. I'm just covering a little more space. The tip of the baton's moving faster. Great. Wonderful. Now let's start at piano and slowly go all the way to forte over 4 measures. So very beginning is piano. We'll grow for 4 bars and be at forte. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, mezzo, 3, 4, a little more. Ready, and there's forte. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. You'll notice that by starting piano, it's mostly wrist, and then as it grows, my forearm is having to move a little bit more, but it's still mostly motion from my wrist, and by the time I get to forte, it's not a forte where my shoulder is working a lot. It started from a very wristy place and just kept expanding. Awesome. So these are your main 2 tools for showing dynamic change. Your pattern size, getting bigger and smaller, and a gesture that more literally shows the direction of the phrase. And these can be used in conjunction with one another. Now, you wouldn't use them both simultaneously in the same way, because then you're going to end up getting a really large gesture here while this is making a large gesture. For example, and don't try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? We have to be judicious. We have to choose which one we want to use. So if I'm going to do a big left hand gesture to show a 1 measure crescendo decrescendo, this guy isn't going to grow too much. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if I'm going to show it in the pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use a little bit of left hand if you're going to use a lot of right hand. And you can get larger and smaller a little bit with your pattern if it's mostly going to be a left hand gesture. You just have to keep it in balance so that you're directing the ensemble to what you want them to watch. Let's try a few kind of on the fly together. Keep myself honest with the metronome. And let's begin in 4/4. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just did about mezzo forte. Good. Now slowly start getting smaller with your pattern. Smaller, smaller, smaller. And until you feel like we're really at piano. Alright, now we're going to do a 2-measure crescendo to forte, mostly using our left hand. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, forte, 2, 3, 4. Stay forte. Good. And now, when I say we're going to do a 2-measure gesture to get back to piano, using mostly our left hand. So let's bring our left hand back up. And 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. And now our pattern is small on the other side. Good. And those are basic dynamic gestures. There are a million variations of each of those, and right versus left can be used in an endless number of combinations. But those exercises at the beginning of isolating each side will be a great way to practice. And do it with the metronome to make sure that you're pacing yourself correctly. And the most important step is, after you've done them separately, putting them together slowly to make sure that you can still do a beautiful left-hand gesture while keeping a correct pattern. And if you're not sure if you're doing it right or not, you can videotape yourself with the metronome going, and then watch it right back on your phone and see where your pattern got messed up. You can also try these in 3/4, 2/4. All the patterns that you know, all the styles that you know. This was just legato. All this would be applicable in something more aggressive too. All right, thanks.